Hey, Ramila here. So I've been asked the question over and over again, is fasting a fad? Do you think it's a fad? I honestly don't believe that. I believe, yes, there's a lot of information on the internet. There's a lot of confusion regarding fasting. And so, when you look at it, people think it's a fad, it's going to come and go. If you honestly think about our ancestors, they used to fast. They used to go through feast and famine all the time. If you look at all the religious groups, each religious group has some form of fasting. If you look at people like Jesus, Buddha, the Indian saints as well, they've all fasted. And I remember as a young girl, being in high school, I used to fast once a year for an entire month. So with Hindus, we fast for a month, we give up eating meat, and we only have one vegetarian meal a day. And I used to look forward to that. Of course, I thought it was religious, and that's the reason why I did it. However, as I got older, I had stopped that, and for the past, I would say 15 to maybe even 18 years, I have been doing a fast which is called a master cleanse. I would do that for 10 days in a row. So every spring, I would not eat anything for 10 days, but drink this liquid. However, now that I know more about intermittent fasting, I realized that there was a maple syrup in it. I used half the quantity because I found it was too sweet. So what was happening was I was spiking my blood sugars all the time, and I wasn't going into ketosis. So, now that I don't do that and I'm doing the intermittent, it is amazing. The results are fabulous. So what happens, we are so inundated with food. Like, we have just so much of abundance. We eat all the time. We are not supposed to do that, because just think about how miraculous our body is. That when we stop eating, the body actually starts secreting ketone bodies. So that mechanism was set in place already. So you can see that it's not something new that we're doing. That mechanism was set in place. And when you make those ketone bodies, our brain loves that for energy. And you'd find that you're so much clearer, you're thinking clearer, you're more engaged. Everything changes as far as the brain. And now there's more research that that's going to be a great prevention for Alzheimer's. So why not try to do something ahead? So that's one thing. And then, of course, when we're eating all of these sugars and all of these fast foods, they are creating inflammation in the body because there's so much of toxins in there and the body doesn't know how to process it. So let's give our body a break from that. And also, if you're trying to get off that, fasting would be one way to start training your body to actually stop eating all these foods, because eventually you just don't have the desire. When your body is so nicely cleaned out, you don't have the desire to even eat any of those foods. And then we shouldn't, forget about our elimination systems that we have, and the major one being the liver, the kidney, the bowels, the lymphatics. So if you think about that, our body was designed for us to eliminate all these toxins. So by doing a fasting, we're giving our digestive system a break. We're allowing all our sugar, glycogen stores to be used up. And then the body actually goes, okay, now I need more. What am I going to use for energy now? It goes into the fat, utilizes that for energy, synthesizes ketone bodies, and our entire body is happy with that. So if it is something that you've been thinking, maybe I'd like to do this, but I don't know where to start, I am going to be offering a 7-week program starting July the 7th. It will be virtual, so it doesn't matter where in the world you are, you'll be able to follow. And it will be a 7-week, 1-hour program. There would be a workbook with that. And let's get your fasting muscles ready for a long fast. Because think about it, if you're running a marathon, you can't say, oh, tomorrow I'm running a marathon, and you just go. You have to train those muscles. So likewise, the fasting muscles have to be trained as well. And I would be able to take you through step by step what to do. The first goal is to balance our sugars, blood sugars. Then I'll teach you about fat adaptation, and we will become fat adapted. I will teach you about diet variation, hormone optimization. So by the end of it, you would be a pro at fasting. Wouldn't that be amazing? The other thing is you'll have that for life, and you can use it anytime you want because you would know exactly what to do. So if you are interested, and I hope you're going to join me in this process, email us, message me. I'll give you more details on it because there is a 7-week process, and it is fabulous. And at the end of it, we'll all fast together. So, and we'll create a private Facebook group. So we'll be all cheering each other, helping each other, giving each other tips. It will be all positive. That Facebook page will be all positive. No negativity, because we know what negativity do. So we'll keep that positivity up, and we'll do that. So have a fabulous weekend until I see you again.